I don't want to cut off. Just waiting for 30 seconds. I know YouTube tends to cut things off. Okay, we are at the 30-second mark. So I picked up this air fryer on Saturday, and I wanted an air fryer to fry things without using oil. And the problem with this one is that the basket over here was bent. So because it was bent, you guys can see my unprofessional work over here. It's pretty much straightened, but because it was bent, it wasn't going all the way in here. And I was looking for a replacement part for this air fryer, and I couldn't find it. Philips, they make different air fryers. However, because it's not standardized, it sounds like if your air fryer basket, you know, this part, not this part, but if the holding bin, for lack of a better word, the metal holding bin, if you dent it or if you lose it, you are kind of SOL. So I could not find a replacement part, and I was trying to go at this. Now, I'm not used to doing these kind of pans, and yes, I've been trying to get rid of the grease. This has been through the dishwasher 2 times so far. It looks a lot better. It's going to have to probably go in 3 to 4 times. I have gone at it with Dawn dishwashing soap. Yeah, it was definitely caked in there. So, as unaesthetic aside, you can see I have been working at it. This part over here, my gosh, I can't believe how hard it was to try and straighten this. I whacked at it a hammer yesterday, didn't do anything. Maybe it's because, you know, I wasn't whacking hard enough. I tried using this kind of tool and this kind of tool. Now, my dumb ass did not use a towel, and because I didn't use a towel, I ended up with all these scrapes. See this over here? So what I did is I asked you guys about this, and you guys recommended hammering it on a piece of wood, or alternatively, I think it was Nick, aka Anonymous Individual, who said it, but I might be remembering wrong, use bigger pliers. Now, I have this beautiful set of channel lock pliers for when I was trying to do a repair for the sink, the bathroom sink. No, yeah, the bathroom sink. And these are so much bigger than these and this. So I went at it with my handy dandy rag of a pink towel here, and all I did here, I'm gonna show you guys what I did. I tried to double layer it, and double layering it didn't work. I just grabbed this thing and I just went like that, and I straightened it out. Let me see, hopefully I don't break it off, but you can see that I'm getting a little bit more power over that way versus using a tiny one. So I had more power, and then finally, when I wanted to put it inside, ta-da! Look. Oh, it's so nice. So I do have the basket, and now it seems like it's going all the way in. Again, if you guys can recommend how to get rid of some, look at this thing. Oh, grease, let me know. But it looks like, hold on. It has this little button thing that I have to press down. But it works. See? It goes all the way in. So I am happy about it. And I just wanted to share this with you guys. In case any of you are in the same situation, let's say you drop your air fryer and it was like this for a while. You guys were saying, one person recommended using duct tape. Unfortunately, it wasn't practical. You guys said it had to be all the way flush in because either that or the air could escape outwards. So yes, it was usable like this. However, air would be getting out from here, air would be getting out of here. So now it's flush, and it looks like it's good. Yeah, so I just went at it with the channel lock, and I just want to say thank you so much, you guys, because if I did not get the suggestion from you guys, I was looking online on what to do, and some people were saying, oh, if you want to like try and flatten out a frying pan, put it under the burner, put it on the burner on your stove for about 10 minutes on low. And I thought to myself, I don't know how I feel about putting this thing on the burner up, of it going directly on here, because if you look, it's kind of like a starfish thing, right? And then, yeah, I would have to put it upside down, and I didn't want to risk it catching fire because of the grease inside of here. But it seems like it's fine, and I'm so happy I was able to repair it. Really, it's all thanks to you guys. So the advice that you guys give me is invaluable, and I'm going to be using this. I'm going to be making some very keto-friendly French fries. That's the first thing I want to make in here, because I was planning to deep fry them, but yeah, it's just I didn't feel like deep frying them. And yes, I'm just joking, guys. French fries are not keto friendly, but they are very tasty. And I need to make room in the freezer since, yeah, I have a whole bunch of carbs in the freezer. It's either give it away or eat it. And right now I'm just like, I kind of want to eat the French fries. So, let's see here. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say. It's a 6-minute video. Right now, I'm just going to read chat. So if you want to click away, feel free. All the information that I was going to share with you guys. That's it. That's it. But I am so happy that this thing works. I can't wait to send a picture to the person who gave it to me. They said they tried to find a replacement basket. And the thing that kind of surprised me is that when I was looking at it, right, when it wasn't going in, when they told me the handle was broken, I was kind of confused because I looked all the way inside and it just has a track. So I thought, what do you mean the handle is broken? The handle's not broken. It's not going in because the lip over here was bent. And I didn't see any indication that they tried to straighten it. Neither did they tell me anything. Like, oh, I tried to unbend the corner over here. They just told me that it bent and then the handle was broken and that's it. So why they never tried to hammer it out, or maybe they tried to hammer it out and it didn't work, but yeah, it genuinely surprised me. So this is proof that repairing things does pay off. And I forgot how much this air fryer is. I think it was like $150 to $100 or so, but anyway, I'm going to be using this for pork belly. And yeah, so let me read chat. Okay, soak it in bleach. Why isn't your man working on this? Okay, Dirty Dan, let me explain. So Lewis does not do any repairs outside of MacBook repairs and bike repairs. So when it comes down to plumbing, when it comes down to fixing this kind of stuff, even just figuring out why the light bulb wasn't working, I'm doing it. So for instance, right, our light bulb, he got in some lights and he told me, he said, oh, Erica, I tried to put the light bulb in, the LED, the long lights for the kitchen. I tried to put it in and it wasn't working right. It doesn't fit in. And I remember I was thinking to myself, like, really? So I tried doing it and then I jiggled it for about like 5 minutes and then boom, it worked. So yeah, like that kind of stuff. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Now that I look back, like, yeah, we were thinking about calling an electrician because he wanted LED lights or something like that. And I managed to go to Home Depot and find some lights. And then when it wasn't really working, it was just like, oh, well, you gotta get a electrician to rewire it or something like that. And then, but yeah, I just jiggled the light and now it works. So that's the light that we have in the kitchen right now. And yeah, so like home repair stuff. He doesn't do any of that. Something like this, he won't do it. He just really does MacBook and bike repair. That's all that interests him. Anything outside of that scope doesn't interest him at all. But for me, it's like the opposite, right? Like I'm not interested in bike repair just because I don't have a bike. When it comes down to like MacBook repair, yeah, I know this is gonna sound terrible, but like that kind of stuff, I'm like, yeah, not really my thing. So, but when it comes to like figuring out little solutions, like why is the sink not draining? Why is this not going inside of here? Why is this not, yeah, why is this not going in? I like figuring out small little solutions, and this was really great for me. So we have two different kind of interests in that regard. And yeah, like my little repairs, as much as I like to do it, it's not like earth changing, you know. It's not gonna revolutionize the world of like Erica managing to unbend something with channel lock pliers. And I do recommend you guys, if you guys have to unbend something, yeah, you're right. Get the biggest pliers you can. Like, don't get the wimpy ones. Like, these have served me well, but when it comes down to heavy duty metals, you're really good with using something like this. I mean, like the leverage that you have from these bad boy T-Rex things, oh, it's amazing. I can't believe it. Like, if my little wimpy wrist, my little, 6 inch, 6.5 inch wrist can unbend that thing with this thing, you will have no problem doing this. Soak overnight in hot laundry detergent. Oh, there's an idea. Laundry detergent. I got it. Yeah, well, I did the butter knife stream and that didn't go out so well. But there's really not much for me to repair around the house. You know what I really want to get into, you guys? I want to get into woodworking. Like, that's the thing that I'm really interested in because I thought to myself, like, man, that would be so great if I could make my own table one day, if I could make my own shelving one day, like make a custom closet, and then just like say, I want to put my shelving here and here and here. That would be a little fun project to do, and I could make custom tables. For where my plants could sit at, and yeah, if I want to have a big table, I can make a big table. Little table, I can make a little table. Make some drawers, that kind of stuff. Just yeah, I mean, like, of course you would have some wonky ass stuff, and you would need to think about how you transport big slabs of wood. But I always found that really interesting, and I've known some people, like, not, I don't know them, but they're more like I had a friend in grade school, and her mom, she was like a 5 foot, no, she was like a 4'11" woman, and she was, a really frail looking tiny woman. And I remember, like, she makes her own cabinets, she makes like all sorts of like woodworking things, and she would buy like this expensive like raw material. If you guys are familiar with Hawaiian koa wood, and yeah, she took like a basic class, and she from there she just like ran with it. So I mean, like, I remember I saw this custom cabinet she'd. I said, holy crap, that's insane, like how gorgeous it was. And then she had like, yeah, custom glass put inside of it. It's one of those pieces, it's like you see the amount of work that's put in, and then you see how high quality the material is. It just screams like, wow, this is some expensive stuff. So that's the kind of stuff that I want to do one day. And I know some people be like, Hawaiian koa, Erica. You guys can look it up. It's some pretty stuff. I'm not too big on like too much koa. I don't even know if you can get Hawaiian koa here in New York now that I think about it. But yeah, like having a little side end table with like a homemade table. You know, the kind that looks like a tree trunk, or like a tree, yeah, either like like a plank of a tree trunk, or like a tree stump, like a little small end table. I think that would be pretty cool to do. But that would be in the future. I would need access to tools and access to put stuff, these big, saws, and that would be really nice though. That's something that I've wanted to do for a number of years, but I don't have space for it. Definitely not in a little apartment. You can't have this kind of big setup. And definitely not in a place where you have three cats running around, right? You don't want to be them stepping and trekking wood shavings all over the place. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you would need a garage for that, and yeah, places where I wouldn't be worried about the cats jumping up behind me while I'm trying to do something. Because oh, sometimes like I'm doing something and then Clinton darts behind me, I'm like, ah. Can't you just rent a small warehouse? You know what the thing is? I work at such a snail's pace, Emily, that I know it's going to take me a really long time to get this stuff down. And sometimes, like when you work in those makerspace studios, I think it's called makerspace, you have like shared tools. you would, you'd have to commute over there, and then you have to like bring your material over there, and then I just kind of feel like I would just spend so much time just like, okay, I gotta go out there to the space. Oh, I gotta lug my material over to the space. Oh, also, right, I'm gonna think like, man, I'm moving so slowly, and there's certain things like you want to have like the luxury of not having other people's possible eyes on you while you just kind of like fuck up on something. So yeah, it just be like so yeah, that's why like for me it's like I think about certain things. I'm like, yeah, I gotta really think about it. But here's the thing, like we don't have the space for that kind of stuff over here. I wouldn't even want to build anything for this apartment. We have all the furniture we need over here. We don't have any use for an end table or a cabinet or yeah. So that's out of the question for this little studio apartment. But in the future, yeah, I think it would be really nice to just have custom shelving or just try to make my own table. And then I can proudly say, like, hey, look, this is the first table I made. It doesn't look so good or it looks pretty good. But you know what? This is the first of several things I want to make. And then it just gets better and better and better and better. And that's how I think life is. Like, you make like the first time you do something, expect to fuck up when you're making anything, right? You could take, it might, like a YouTube video might say like, oh, this is only 15 minutes. And then you take it, you do it, and it takes you like 1 hour, or maybe it takes you 2 hours. But as long as you get it down, like you have that knowledge about like, okay, so the next time I do it, I'll be a little faster. Maybe instead of 2 hours, I'll be 1 hour and 30 or 1 hour or 45 minutes or 30 minutes. And it's all just being persistent. So that's the kind of thing that I think is really important. Like if anybody gets into hobbies or crafts or skills, um, like you gotta really be patient with yourself. And I think sometimes like when we hear about these kind of things, it's like people get very intimidated by it. They think like, oh man, it's gonna be so hard to do, and maybe they put themselves up for pressure, like they need to be able to do this by a certain time. So yeah, again, if you're doing things in the privacy of where you live, you don't you don't really feel that much pressure. Laundry detergent. No, I don't have any use for getting a 3D printer either. I don't have any use for 3D printing anything in this apartment. No, truly, even if I got a free 3D printer, I wouldn't even know what to do with it. I'd be like, what would I make, knickknacks? But I don't need any knickknacks in this apartment. The cats have so many cat houses, you guys. They have like three different cat houses in this they have three different cat houses in this apartment. I'm like, you know what the thing is? I thought about it too. I was like, man, could the cat use another cat house? And then I realized like I had no space to put another cat house. Yeah, the cats have two tunnels, three cat houses, one sleeping area. Um, let's see, two no yeah, two standalone scratching posts. No, four standalone scratching posts. They also have, of course, Oreo has his cat stairs. It's pretty, and they have a whole bunch of cat toys too. Yeah, they're pretty well stocked on a lot of cat stuff. I wish that this stuff would encourage Mr. Oreo to be more active, but unfortunately, Oreo is. I think he's. Oh, hello, Clinton. Hello, handsome. I know. Look at you, handsome. What fixed it? Oh, you talking about the so what fixed it was getting a towel and then putting it, let me just take it out. Getting a towel. This is like my little rag towel, by the way. And then just putting this at the edge. Hold up. So putting a towel over it so that way I didn't scratch it. And then getting this channel lock plier and then just going upwards and then just bending it up. That's all. So I fixed it in less than a minute. And by the way, thank you so much for you guys. You know, even the people who offered to fix it, or like if I mailed it over to them, you guys would fix it. Yeah, thanks for offering it, cause I would have thought like, okay, well, if I couldn't fix it, then I'll just ask Paul S to fix it. You know, the very very handy home repair person at the store. I mean, his skills are incredible. So yeah, I would have asked him because it's like for me, like he's so much more familiar with problem solving, like small little fixes than I am for sure. So that's what did it. And in case you guys are wondering, you know, why I'm picking this, see the size difference here? So the bigger your tool, the more power you have. So this was recommended in chat yesterday. I honestly would have not thought about this had you guys not recommended it to me. So thank you again so much. I'm going to keep this in mind. Like if I need to unbend something, I'm going to say, Erica, remember all those scratches that you created from your air fryer. If you ever decide to unbend something, use a towel. And I have a bunch of towels around, but my dumb ass did not think about it or research it. My instinct was like, okay, this thing is bent. Let me go to Hammer Town. Hammer, 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 hammer. Let me get some pliers and like that. And this is how you can tell that I'm not very knowledgeable about this stuff. But, right, with anything, it's always a learning experience. You gotta just persist on. Okay, more leverage. More leverage. Okay. Yeah, it did all it took was just this little bending thing. So it's the same amount of force that you would use for this. Like I was like yesterday with this thing, and this one was just like way easier. You can see how much thicker this thing is? Just amazing. So I never ever thought about that. And if I know, I called up like family in Hawaii and I sent them a picture like, Erica, you should, you know, this is how you fix it. But I never asked my family member in Hawaii. Oh no, 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 no. You know what the thing is? Like I love reading webtoons, but I'm not that kind of creative person who can create my own webtoon. Like there's some people who really love books, but they're never going to be an author. You see where I'm getting at? And I'm one of those people like I love reading webtoons. I think I'm keeping track of about 15 different webtoons right now. True Beauty is still my favorite. There's another webtoon that I read. Oh, I forgot the name of it. I'm gonna link it in my description. Maybe I'll link it in my community post later today. All the or most of the webtoons that I read. And yeah, I've just been binge reading some of them. There was this one webtoon, I think there was something like 55 episodes. I watched it all. I mean, I read all of it in about 4 days. I know, I was binge reading it. I would, you know, I would walk around, read my webtoons, eat dinner, read my webtoons, eat breakfast, eat my webtoons. As terrible as it is, even when I was soaking in the shower, I was like reading my webtoons. I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a great story. Oh my god, what's happening? So yeah, it's this one where you have this. Oh my gosh, if any of you read webtoons, it's this one where there's two characters. One's name is Medea, and the other one is called Psyche. And then there's a prince called Eros. And that's all I'm gonna say about it. But I love reading it so much. And I was talking to someone today. Not today, yesterday, and I was like gushing to them about webtoons. I was like, "You really should read some anime. Oh, I love anime so much." And they told me like that's not really their thing, and I'm like, you gotta start reading it. When I was in high school, I used to read a bunch of anime. I wasn't the best with finishing series, but I remember one of my favorite animes to read was Fushigi Yugi. If you guys are familiar with that, like I was a big fan of Hotohori, by the way. But yeah, it's like what was it, Miyaka and Tamahome and Hotohori, yeah, and then there was Tatsuki too, if I remember correctly. Oh gosh, it's so long, but yeah, I don't think I finished this series. I forgot, but it was like I was that I did. I was like, oh my gosh! So yeah, very, 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 very big fan of anime and webtoons. And the way they get you on webtoons is that you don't get the whole freaking series at one time. It's like an ongoing series. So let's say you get into let's say there's like 60 episodes and counting so far. So when you get to the 60th episode, if you want to read the 61 episode, which is coming, let's say next week, or 62 episode or 63 episodes, the future episodes, you need to pay money for it. And I think it comes out to be about 50 cents for every episode that hasn't gotten unlocked for free. So either that, or you either pay for it so you can read it earlier than other people, or you just wait the week. And I'm just waiting the week. For certain series like True Beauty, you can see the spoilers on YouTube, and I've been doing that as well. So but True Beauty, it's getting to the point where I'm at episode 48, I think, and then the series on webtoons maybe only on 37. So I kind of thought to myself, like, oh, Erica, maybe you shouldn't read so advanced, because if you read so advanced, you're going to run out of spoilers, and you're going to run out of the series, and then, or there's going to be a huge discrepancy. No, I didn't. I didn't read that webtoon called Bastard. You know what the thing is? It's like, even if I pay for the 50 cents in advance, right? You only get like 5 episodes in the future, right? So let's say it ends at like right now, right? This week's episode was 50. So I read episode 50. We got 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. So if I pay 50 cents for episode 51, okay, great. But I still have to do episode 52, 53, 54, 55. Or, right, let's say I want to read episode 56. I can't, because the only thing the author has released is up to episode 55. So I don't really see a point to paying for future episodes, because it's not like I can read the whole series at one time anyway. I'm going to run out of episodes to read. So I love it. I love webtoons. I really, really recommend reading webtoons. True Beauty, I love that so much. I told you guys, if I ever had a son, I would want my son to be like Suho. Oh, I wish. I wish. Suho is basically like how would I describe him? He's very loyal. He keeps to himself, but he always takes care of himself. He goes through bouts of depression, but he always moves forward. He's like a very strong, caring person, even though he's incredibly good looking, very humble, and yeah, very, very caring. So even if the main character, she only looks beautiful basically when she wears makeup. And he met her before she started wearing makeup. No, he met her. He's known her early on without the makeup. So when he saw her without the makeup, it's like, instead of being terrified by it, he actually said that he found her to be cute even without her makeup. And then, like, for the main character, she feels so insecure without wearing the makeup because she thinks she's so ugly. And I don't want to ruin the series for you guys, but it's like an ongoing thing where she doesn't feel confident without her makeup, and she kind of always seemed to friend zone Suho, even though he's like the only person who embraces her, outside of her family, for her without wearing makeup. And yeah, so Suho really sees like the inner beauty and the true beauty, and I think those are really important characteristics to have, because when it comes down to it, right? We all get old, and we all will, very few people can look as good as they did back in their 20s, 30s, when they're 80 or 90. And I've been following this YouTuber. Her name is like Sassy Grand. She's 95 years old. Absolutely amazing. Oh my goodness. She just looks so well polished. And she has that mental, she has mental sharpness out there. Like, I mean, she is more mentally sharp than I am. And I'm like one third of her age. So when I was watching her, I thought, man, this is a woman who, even though she's 95 years old, she's so beautiful based on how she is and how she takes care of herself. And you can tell that she really does care a lot about her image. Not in a like I'm better than you kind of way, but she treats herself like a treasure, and she is a treasure. So having the kindness and having the looks and having just the joyfulness, it just seems to be the complete package. And I find Sassy Grand to be incredibly gorgeous. And I heard that she really likes talking, she really likes interacting with people, and if people write her a letter, then she'll reply to it. And I kind of want to continue on my journey, with improving myself and looking better and taking care of myself more. And one day, actually, I should probably do that soon based on her age. I don't want to sound morbid, but one day I want to write a letter to her and say, hey, you really inspired me to think that even if it's never too late to take care of yourself. And even if you are older, or even if you're going to become older, it doesn't mean like the world's ending. You can still treat yourself very well. And you can still, see the beauty in yourself when you're really old. Because like I say this because like some people after they hit like 70 or 80 years old, they kind of think like, oh, I'm gonna die soon. Yeah, my life is passing me by. And for her, it's like I see so much excitement and it's just like you could see in her eyes they sparkle. And I want to be that kind of older woman. Like I hope that I live a really, really long life. But yeah, I want to be one of those women. It's like if I'm 80 or 90 years old, hopefully I can still walk around. Hopefully I'm still mentally sharp. I hope I'm sharper than I am now, seriously. And I hope that it's like I will think back in, when I'm older, significantly older, like, yeah, I've had some shaky times with my looks or shaky times with what I did, but I always made sure that I just persisted on, and I just tried to like build good habit over the good habit over the good habit. If you guys watch my stream about egg cartons, I talk about this in a little bit more detail, a little much longer than this, but that's what I think life is about. I think life is just making sure that we always become better people, and we don't use the opportunities, or just the fact that we're alive. We don't take that for granted, because I think that, as idealistic as it sounds, I think, or as very optimistic as it sounds, I think everybody has a potential to do really good in the world. And not everyone's going to be famous, and not everyone's going to be an influencer or be well known, but we can all make the world a brighter place. We can all push each other to be better and do better or do more. And instead of maybe like getting inside of our head and beating ourselves up, we can say, hey, I'm not happy with myself. I want to be that kind of person that I've always wanted to be. And you're not gonna, for me and for you, I'm sure anybody who's I'm sure even like Sassy Grand, like that kind of stuff that the person that she is, the person that she looks like, it didn't happen in like one day. It happened as a culmination of just learning and experimenting. And yeah, so she has that confidence within her, and that classiness, and that she just has like a really good heart. Like that's the best way I can put it. And she's very inspiring. I see what she wears. She wears like Van Cleef's and Arpel stuff. She loves Chanel stuff. So this is, she's a woman who is rich. But even though she's rich, it's not like she's rubbing it in that she's better than anybody. It's like she comes off as like she's very grateful for what she has, and she's just living the best life she can. But if yeah, and she encourages people to live the best life they can. Not everyone's gonna have the money to spend for Van Cleef's and Arpels, or Chanel jewelry. But yeah, and then she also makes videos about how to achieve the look for less. And I watch those videos. I'm like, oh, maybe I need to go hit up my local store to buy some cheap jewelry or something. I don't want to get real jewelry. I'm afraid I'm gonna get robbed. So something that's more mass produced but looks expensive, I feel comfortable with that. I've also shared with you guys, like for instance, right, some vintage pieces that I have. It's like I admired it a lot, and I kind of think to myself, as sad as this might sound, like I want to protect those pieces, and I don't want to go outside and then like someone targets me and then it's gone. Like yeah, like a lot of the stuff I have, like the stuff that I buy is like cheap jewelry. It's like $13 or like $5 each or something like that. But the point is that like it would break my heart if I had an expensive piece and it got stolen from me. Because I would think like, holy crap, not only did I get that thing taken from me, a thief is out there trying to pawn out my jewelry or something like that, or that would not make me happy. And I know that there's some women in New York, like they get robbed, like their purse gets robbed. They want their, a thief approaches them and says, hey, give me your jewelry, give me your rings or something like that. And again, I never want to give any thief the joy of thinking that they cashed out because they robbed me. Yeah, I did it, Crude Buster. Yeah, I fixed it, but like I said, it was thanks to you guys. I would not have been able to do it if I did not get your guidance about this. So, yeah, I'm just so happy about it. It's just I'm just happy that this is over. Why isn't seniorism? I think I could have eventually figured it out, but it would have taken me. I don't think I would have. I don't think I actually. You know what? Maybe I would have figured it out. No, I don't think Lewis would have helped me. Lewis would have not. Lewis saw me struggling about with this thing yesterday, but I think he was just. He has a very very hands off approach on this kind of thing. I'm conscious. Like if anybody thinks he babies me about this like stuff, he doesn't. It's like, um, yeah, it's like I would just kind of have to figure it out myself. But it's definitely one of those learning things. You either um, step up to it or it doesn't get done. So yeah. So I need to make my dinner. I'm gonna make beef stew. So excited about it. I also need to hop in and take a shower. I was looking into this thing and I was like, is this thing clean yet? Is that bottom pan clean yet? I heard some people they said that if you wanted to clean this thing, what some people recommend is using oven cleaner. But I thought to myself, like, frick, I don't know how I feel about oven cleaner. Because oven cleaner, you got all those fumes left and right, right? Like I heard that oven cleaner works really well. See? Oh, look at all that brown stuff. This is the stuff that you will not see on YouTube. You know when people do those cooking videos, they're like, "Oh, look how pristine all my cookware is. It's so glossy." And then you see reality and you're like, "Oh, I got this caked on grease on this thing." So, yeah, I'm happy about it. Penguin looking coffee pot. Yeah, no, it's not a coffee pot. It's actually the basket where I would cook things in. So I would be putting in pork belly in here. I'm planning to put in French fries here. I can't wait to eat French fries with Heinz ketchup. Totally not keto, but I'm really excited about it. I heard some people they can actually, I don't know if this is right or not, but they can actually make baked goods in here. Yeah, see that? See that? 390 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 18 minutes. So being able to make like chicken, I don't know, keto chicken if I could make that, fried chicken but not deep fried in oil. Amazing French fries, amazing. Yeah, I really think this will be one of those appliances I'll use a lot. Because I really like eating deep fried food. Don't get me wrong, like I love eating deep fried food. I just need to stay away from frying things in vegetable oils because it's not good for me. No, 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 no. It's an air fryer. It's a Philips air fryer. And like I said, I can't find the replacement basket for this, so I tried to use pliers on this thing and I did not use a towel. That's why I ended up scratch. What do you mean? It's big enough. Oh, look, I could put my hand in here. It's not that small. My hand is not that small. Yeah, so basically there's like a fan in here and then you put the food in here and then the oil or the fat drops underneath here, but it's basically like having a big convection oven in here. There you go. And this stuff is I think it's about 10 pounds, something like that. So it's not that tiny. I mean, like it might seem tiny to you guys, but like yeah, it's just actually bigger than I expected to. So the number one things I use in this apartment for appliances, I use my Instapot. I of course use a stove. I always tend to cook in a cast iron griddle, cast iron, yeah, griddle, no, cast iron pan. And then this one is my newest baby. And I kind of want to find a Vitamix just cuz having a Vitamix would be pretty cool, but yeah, we have a Ninja, and I'm not too happy with the Ninja. Like in Hawaii, as cheap as I am, you guys, I have a Vitamix, and I got it refurbished. I love my Vitamix so much because I thought to myself, like, Erica, if you ever want to make a smoothie, you can use your Vitamix. You don't, you have the top of the line blender thing, so at least you have the tools to use it. So that's the kind of thing. Like in case you guys are not, I really should make a video on this, but in case you guys are not familiar with my spending habits for things that I know I'm going to be using a lot, I want to have like the top quality item. So when I knew I wanted to like have a slow cooker, I thought to myself, okay, Erica, let's see what's out there. And then I found out that if I got an Instapot, I could also do things like pressure cook, make stews in there. You can make yogurt in there. You can make rice in there. And that's what sold me on it. Now, people might not think Instapot is like a really high end thing, but yeah, it's kind of like the name brand sorts. I think I only got mine for about $50 on Black Friday in 2019, and I really love my Instapot. It paid for itself because I like instead of like I'd say about 90% of the time I'm not eating out. Like I'm eating the same stuff all the time, and the cost savings for just having an Instapot, oh my goodness. Like the food in New York, if you want to do if you want to do food delivery or something, it comes out to about $20, 25 dollars a person. So you buy the food, and then you got to pay the tip, right? And then sometimes they have a delivery fee as well, and it just like adds up in value. So I did not want to, I did not want to feel like, oh, I have to, I'm making my life harder because I'm cooking everything like on the stove for hours and hours and hours. So Instapot is really something I truly cannot imagine living without. No, 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 no. I mean, like I do mostly dive, but when it comes to certain things, like I if I'm buying like an appliance like an Instapot, then like if I'm buying an appliance that I know I'm going to be using a lot, then of course I'm not going to be waiting for the dumpsters to provide or anything like that. Or this air fryer, I wasn't looking for it, so I got this for free in a local free group. And again, the person gave it away because they said the basket was damaged; it wasn't going in. It was only like this. See, so it was like a little out because the lip in the back was bent. And I thought, hey, I was looking for an air fryer. Let me figure it out. I'm always committed to fixing things. And then thankfully, I managed to fix it thanks to you guys. But yeah, I will, I'm a big fan of buying pre-owned things, but the Instapot is like not, I don't see it in thrift stores. The Instapot has been around for a while, but even like when I was in Hawaii, like I never saw the Instapot in thrift stores. I saw crock pots a lot. But the Instapot is like crock pots slash pressure cooker slash yogurt maker slash slow cooker slash saute as well. It's like I kind of thought, well, I'm just gonna buy it rather than like keep waiting. Cause like the thing about this is like if I didn't feel like I would use it all the time, or if it was just like a bread maker, I don't eat bread, right? But if it was something like, oh, it would be nice to have, oh, I think about it, like I can wait a long time. So an air fryer, I can wait a long time for it. But something that I would be using a lot, like how some Asian people they always use a rice cooker every week. Yeah, it's like if their rice cooker breaks, 1,000% they're gonna be buying a new rice cooker. They're not gonna wait 2-3 months for a cheap rice cooker to show up. Yeah, so I follow this YouTuber. Her name's Asra Kanlu, and she says that she cuts up pork belly and she puts it in here, and that's what she does. She just eats that. So she eats about 1 pound of pork belly a day. But she also eats things like liver, and I don't eat that, and chicken skin, and but yeah, I thought about it. I was like, huh, pork belly. Oh, not a bad idea. But what else could I do with the air fryer? I could put in French fries, even though that's not keto. I could just kind of work on air frying a whole bunch of things. If I wanted to, I'm sure I could figure a way how to air fry tortilla chips instead of getting deep fried tortilla chips. That would be better. Just like small little things that I do trying to be a little healthier. And I know French fries is not healthy, but I really just have a craving for French fries. I do, and I already have the French fries inside of the freezer. Let's see. I've been looking for a decent rice cooker. Oh, really? Oh, you know what my favorite rice cookers are? It's the Japanese, it's like the Korean brands or the Japanese brands. So I have a rice cooker in Hawaii. It's called Cuckoo. Cuckoo. I kid you not. I found this thing on like in front of a house and it was a little broken looking, and I thought to myself, holy crap, this is like a $200, I think it was either a $200 or $300 rice cooker. So I brought it home, and then yeah, it was like part of it was snapped off. It's like the person just chucked it onto the ground, but once you kind of like put the piece back together, it worked, and it makes really good rice, and it's like a $200 or $300 rice cooker. So we got rid of our rice cooker that we was using, and we use this cuckoo, and I swear that that rice is so much better than a lot of the rice that I had before. It's like that's one of the things like you guys might not know about me. I really do care about how rice is made. Now, for me, it doesn't really matter too much because I'm not really eating rice. I'm eating cauliflower rice because keto stuff. But if I was eating rice every day, I would want to get one of those like $200, $300 rice cookers because I can taste the damn difference when it comes to like the really good rice versus like the shitty rice cookers. And when I talk about the really shitty rice cookers, it's like the mass produced ones. It's like if you have the more expensive rice cookers, you can feel each grain individually. So that's why some people they like the Zoji Rushi rice cookers. Those are really top quality as well. So I would say either go with like Zoji Rushi or go with like the big like the Korean brands. But you can't go wrong with that. I know some Chinese people they really like their Tiger rice cookers. Between Tiger and Zoji Rushi, I like Zoji Rushi more. Just saying. So yeah. So whenever when I'm at home and I'm eating rice, I always mention like, man, my rice cooker is so amazing. I can't imagine getting a better rice cooker than that. And then every time I pass by, let's say a store, and they have like rice cookers, I'm like, I got one of the best rice cookers out there. Yeah, it's like one of those weird things. Like even for the blenders, right? I don't make smoothies all the time, but I'm like, I got one of the best blenders out there. I got a Vitamix. So if I ever want to make a smoothie, I cannot say it's my Vitamix like causing the issues. I just have to like torque my recipes or something. But it's a fact knowing that you have like a top quality item and you can use it if you do want to make like a smoothie or rice. I think it's very luxurious. Yeah. So you won't see me buy like luxury jewelry unless I have like a lot of discretionary income. But I will spend money on things like a rice cooker or like top quality item if I know I'm going to be using it. Around the time I got the Vitamix, you guys, I was making that was around the time the acai bowl craze was kicking around. So I calculated I was making so much smoothie and acai bowls when this whole boom was going around that yeah, my Vitamix paid for itself because I've made so much of that stuff. And I mean, acai bowls are like $10 a pop. So that was so nice. Yeah, they say if you have a convection oven, that's just as good as having an air fryer. We don't have a convection oven, but in Hawaii, like we have convection oven. No, I don't have a wok. I don't cook much except to like if I'm making. I don't even like using the oven too much because it takes a while for it to heat up. Yeah, and then it's such a big waste of energy. So normally what I do is I just make beef stew and then I eat that every day, or I eat yogurt, or I make eggs on a cast iron skillet, or I make steak on a cast iron skillet, just like douse it in butter and douse it in butter and rosemary and salt and pepper, and that's it. So this kind of like air fryer, just if I don't want to like cook pork belly on a skillet, because you know it pops, yeah, the grease gets all over the place. It's much better if I do it in this. So that's why like I'm happy to pick this thing up. Yeah, you won't believe how freaking slow our oven takes to heat up. Like I feel like I look back at it, I'm like, freaking, it's been 20 minutes and the freaking oven still hasn't hit like 300, 50 degrees for me to bake a pizza or something like that. Gosh, all this electricity being used for that stuff, or all that gas. So I'm not a big fan of using the oven, which is not a bad thing, because a lot of times people, when they use oven, they're making, cookies or cakes or carb heavy stuff, and if I'm making meat, it really shouldn't be taking me that long anyway. Oh, I love butter so much. I love Kerrygold butter so much. Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what? Should I be making stew today or should I be making steak? I think I'm gonna make both. We'll see. I don't know. I gotta make steak today though, for sure. So I'll probably have steak and then I'll have cauliflower rice, and that will be my dinner. Happy, 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 happy. I love steak so much. Yeah, jasmine and butter. There's rice is really tasty. Don't get me wrong. The only thing is that I'm trying to watch my carb intake, and because I'm trying to watch my carb intake, rice. It's either I limit it or I don't make it, and I find it's easier for me just not to make rice. It's like having cauliflower rice is pretty damn close to having rice. So I think I've gotten used to it, but yeah, if I have sushi, if I order sushi, like 100%, I'm gonna get rice with it. I don't want any of this like, oh yeah, just make it all vegetable and don't put any rice. Like I'm so used to eating sushi with rice. I cannot imagine going into any like sushi restaurant and saying, oh yeah, can you not put the rice in there? I mean, that would just be sashimi, right? But I love it. Yep, stews and grilled veggies with chicken or steak or dinner. Oh my goodness. Yeah, exactly. That's the way I go too. I love having stews. Like stews are easy, right? You put it in a pot, you make it one big bunch, and then throughout the week you just kind of grab some and then just add some rice on there and then you reheat it. And it's like so quick and easy. So yeah, I don't do any meal planning or meal prepping. I tend to eat the same thing every single day. I just like kind of fluctuate, and the only way I fluctuate is, okay, instead of eating steak or beef stew today, I'll eat like sardines a little instead. But I try to keep it like not, try to cut down like the processed foods, cut down the sugar intake. I've been eating mangoes every single day, and I've been eating watermelon. Yeah. Man, I love watermelon so much. But other than that, I'm like, oh, okay, okay, at least these are a little healthier sugars. I mean, fruit sugar is still sugar, but it's better than drinking soda for sure. Sushi rice is like a different texture of rice, yeah. It's like a Japanese short grain. And then you also put like sushi vinegar in there, or you put a mirin. I never tried to make sushi for myself, but I know that when you prepare sushi rice, it's not just plain rice by itself. There's also other things too. If you wanna make sushi at home, what I would recommend is make Korean kimbap, Gimbap, and look that up. I mean, it's so easy to make. And the only reason why I'm not making kimbap is I ran out of seaweed, and when I went on Amazon Fresh to look for seaweed, they sold out. So yeah. Yeah, bibimbap is good. Yeah, sushi rice. Yeah, you add the sushi vinegar or mirin. Oh, let me show you guys this. Where is my thing? Okay, so this is another thing that I have. And this is if I'm really freaking lazy. See this? It's pho beef bone broth. So I have this deep frozen. Some people they can heat and sip with it. But what I like to do is if I'm feeling really freaking lazy, I can put this in a pot, put it on low, and then add a whole bunch of vegetables or add in some meat, and then just let it stew in there. And add some cauliflower rice. Like just use it like a, just make it as like put some random stuff in there, and then maybe like 20 minutes later, boom! I have like some pho beef broth, bone vegetable meat soup thing, and carb intake is pretty low. This is actually pretty tasty. Not gonna lie. But yeah, I like having this kind of stuff. So it's a 10-ounce heat and sip cup. Really, really handy to have. So I like having like quick meals or the ability to have quick meals on me. That helps me reduce hunger. It also helps me be less impulsive. The other thing that I do have on me is I gotta thaw this actually. So my grass-fed finished beef. Oh, I love this so much. See, it's vacuum packed too, so I didn't have to grab out the food saver. It was already done for me. Super handy. Yeah, I can't make my stew tonight. I think I'm gonna probably do it tomorrow because this is like a solid brick. So I'll make steak. So yeah, just like I just like surrounding myself with like bone broth stuff. Oh, sorry, anonymous individual. Yeah. So, now we're on a roll here, right? Let's see. Oh, you remember my cookie portion control I was telling you guys about? Ta-da! So if I'm feeling like I want to eat a cookie, I'll just reheat one cookie. And I kind of do want to eat a cookie now. So, yeah. I don't deprive myself of food, 100%. I don't. I just try to feed myself better quality things for sure. And I think that's really the way to go. And yeah, so I know this video has definitely it gone off track. Yeah, I'm kind of happy that I tell people like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about chat later on, so that way if you guys want to like, if you guys are watching a video just for me to get into the point, it's a lot shorter rather than me just be like, oh yeah, so let's see what so and so said and so and so said. Talking about maki. Oh yeah. Oh, I love. Yeah. You know what? I really want to eat. I really want to eat. You know what I want to eat? A chirashi bowl. Are you guys familiar with that? You know those Japanese like raw fish bowls? Oh, with the ikura. Oh my gosh, like ahi bowl with ikura and spicy tuna. Oh my gosh. Oh, that sounds so good. Spicy salmon, spicy tuna, ikura, like some egg on there, and then soy sauce. It's so good. It's really good. I'm so hungry thinking about sushi now. Yeah. So hopefully you guys are not on the East Coast. Maybe you guys are on maybe you guys are like earlier so you guys can eat at a sushi restaurant. And I'm just thinking about sushi now. I don't even know where to really get good sushi around where we live. No, seriously. You can get a food delivery, but like walking distance, not too sure. It's not like Hawaii. Like Hawaii, I could go to like multiple places within walking distance of where I lived. Like I live in central Honolulu in Hawaii, so you would see like things like all these poke places or like go to Ala Moana food court. Oh, I miss Ala Moana food court. Um, and then yeah, you could eat like fresh ahi, and it's just so good with a bunch of soy sauce on there. It's really good. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I gotta find out what a good sushi place is. I do know around us they do sell raw ahi, but I don't know. Like I look at it and I don't think the quality looks that good. But I don't even know if it's sashimi grade quality for a lot of this stuff. So Like if I try to sashimi it, and I'm like, I could do that. I mean, like sashimi is just cutting it into slices, right? How would it be? How would it taste? Oh, you know what I want to do? Oh my goodness, I know exactly what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Okay, okay. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do tomorrow to kill that craving. Where is it? One moment. Where'd it go? Do I not have it? Hold up. I'm looking for something in particular. Oh, I might have put it away. No, where'd it go? I had a box of, I had some furikake. I don't know where it went. Oh, furikake, where did you go? Dang it, where did I put that thing? I thought I had it over here. That's not it. Did I put on my Lazy Susan? No. Oh, weird. Okay, wherever it is, I don't know. I'm gonna look for my furikake because I know I have it here somewhere. I just don't know exactly where. And I know I didn't get rid of it. And I don't think I'm imagining this furikake either. Okay, but I have the other container. It's unknown. So this is what I'm planning to do tomorrow. I'm planning to get some tuna, like some raw tuna. And then I'm going to make it, I'm going to cover it, not in this furikake, but I'm going to cover in furikake, and then I'm going to sear it all around, right? So sear the outside so the inside is raw, and I'm going to eat that with cauliflower rice, and then I could have it with miso soup. So then I can feel like I have some, and then I also have lemon too. So yeah, seared furikake ahi on cauliflower rice with a nice bowl of miso soup. And by the way, this one is really quite good. So this is a Chef Morimoto miso soup. I highly, highly recommend it. This stuff tastes great. It is not vegetarian. It does have fish in here. It does have bonito. So you know it's going to be tasty. This thing, I think this is about $3 in stores, and yes, I did purchase this, by the way. So yeah, I highly, highly recommend it. It comes out to like $1.50 each, maybe $1.25 depending where you go. But highly recommend this stuff. It's so tasty. So having my little seared ahi with not this furikake, but another furikake, and then this on the side with cauliflower rice. Ah, just so good. I'm looking forward to it. I know! Furikake is the bomb. Oh, you know what else is good with furikake? Popcorn. It's butter popcorn, right? Put butter on your popcorn and then shake in furikake. I'm not bullshitting you. Try it. Seriously, try it. Try furikake on buttered popcorn. Thank me later. You will love it so much. I really do miss it. Oh, here it is. Holy crap, I knew it was in this pantry. See? I don't know if this is... We'll have to see how this turns out. Ta-da! Not the typical one I would get, but You know what? This one's fine. Ta-da. So, yeah. It's a really tasty furikake, or you can even get the other one that I was recommending. So get popcorn. Get some popcorn, put it in like a Ziploc bag or put it in a produce bag. That's what I used to do in Hawaii. I used to get, you know, those produce bags that you get for apples. I used to get like an extra one, or I used to just reuse it. And then you get your popcorn, not hot popcorn, okay? It has to be cooled down. Put the popcorn in the bag. Get some melted butter. Make sure it's not hot melted butter, okay? Because you don't want to melt the plastic. Pour the butter onto your popcorn. Shake, 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 so it's coated. Add the furikake on. Shake, 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 and it's so good. I wholeheartedly recommend 100% Kerrygold butter, grass-fed butter. It is a superior butter by far, by far. As frugal and cheap as I am, I will not compromise on my Kerrygold butter. So, oh yeah, ochazuke. Yes, yes, I have tried ochazuke with the green tea and the mochi crunch, and then the furikake on top, or the yeah, that's good with the ume. Oh, that's good. That is really good. Yeah, so they call it I've never tried oat-based seasoning. I've never bought oat-based seasoning. Seriously. But yeah, that kind of stuff is so good. It's like carb heaven over here, but it is so good. They call it hurricane popcorn in Hawaii. Like they have packets of that stuff. You guys can Google it. Hurricane like the tornado, like that kind of hurricane. Hurricane popcorn. It comes with a fake butter pack, and then it comes with like, it comes with oh, what does it come with? Oh, the instant popcorn, and then I think the furikake they use is Mishima, but I might be remembering it wrong. I have it in Hawaii, but I can't remember exactly which one I use. Like I know if I saw it, I would know exactly. Oh, it's the norikomi. Yeah, norikomi Mishima furikake. That was my jam. Oh my gosh, like I used to be so on top of it, and now I'm not. Now I'm really not. So, if you guys like furikake, look for Mishima, Mishima, Nori Komi, Nori space Komi furikake, and then yeah, thank me later for that. That is really good furikake. I know about Daiso, but I haven't gone to Daiso either. Ooh, popcorn recipes with the Swedish chef. Ooh. I love popcorn. I love popcorn so much. I wish it's like I think popcorn is like the ultimate snack. Like it's so comforting, and I used to have a whirly pop back in Hawaii. Like I still have the whirly pop in Hawaii, but I used to make popcorn like left and right. Just same thing, popcorn, tons of butter on there. Sometimes I add furikake in there, and I used to just go crazy on it. Yeah. And then when sriracha popcorn was popular too, I used to use put sriracha on my butter popcorn as well. Yeah. Anyway, oh my goodness, I can't believe it's almost 7 p.m. So I will talk to you guys later. Gosh, I can't believe the went by that quickly. Holy crap. So, yeah, just wanted to share this little thing. This was supposed to be a short stream, but I got a little too off tangent as usual. Well, damn it, Derek, what is my honest sushi opinion of spam the sushi? Spam musubi. That's what we have in Hawaii. It's basically spam on sushi with like teriyaki sauce. It is really comforting to have. However, I only eat about 2 to 3 of them a year because it's just so high sodium. But there is nothing that reminds me more of Hawaii than like a spam musubi and a shave ice and a chicken katsu plate from L&L. Oh, and a Liliha cream puff and Zippy's chili. I think that's it. Oh, and Mitsuken chicken, which oh my gosh, I'm dreaming about that chicken right now. Yeah. Mitsuken is like a Japanese delicatessen place of sorts, and they have this like garlic chicken. It's so good. It's like this sweet honey garlic chicken that has this really savory taste to it. I mean, the sugars and the fats in there is definitely not healthy, but it is amazing. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I love local food a lot. The thing that I don't really like about, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't like about New York too much is like you have food over here, but it doesn't have like any standout qualities. Like in Hawaii, you know, you have certain dishes that you only find in Hawaii, like spam musubi or your like shaved ice kind of thing. And it's just like standalone sort of stuff. And then in New York, it's just I maybe it's because it's just so multicultural, right? It's you don't really have like some New York food. I guess maybe the pizza, but come on, pizza. I guess the dollar pizza, the two bros pizza. What else is there that stand out in New York? I think that's it, right? Just the pizza, New York pizza. Oh, Junior's cheesecake, maybe. That's good cheesecake, by the way, in case you haven't tried that. What else do you guys got over here? Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it, but it's that bake shop that they had in Hawaii and they don't have it anymore. They're really known for their cupcakes. They have this really good banana pudding. They have like red velvet cupcakes. Oh, I can't remember it for the life of me. Can't remember it. Oh well. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. And again, just thank you so much for giving me this little tip. Um, I'm so happy it works. I'm gonna put laundry detergent in here, my eco-friendly stuff, and see if that makes a difference. And yeah, hopefully everything is fine. So happy. See ya.